What is up, fellow gotcha gamers? It is Spoot for Misery Gaming. We're going to talk about Sinoalice some more because, you know, what else are we doing? So we've got the Minstrel Alice banner coming out. As you can all expect, it's late. So in JP, this one came out like month 2.5-ish, but they also hadn't had the collabs we had. They'd only just done Automata, and then they were still a year out from Replicant. So Three Little Pigs also came out significantly after this one, and then shortly after this one we got Dorothy. So again, these releases aren't as gospel as they used to be. They're kind of just throwing spaghetti at the wall and hope it works. So let's look at the nuts and bolts of it, and then I will show you the class you get out of this. So the Blessed Gospel 3, the Bell Staff, not bad, actually. This is a decent staff. It's 4,800 stats, but it's... the crap thing about this one is that it's attack-based instead of defense-based, so you don't need those stats. So Blessed Gospel 3 is a pretty good ability. I just don't know if it's worth it with those staffs, unless it's a guaranteed step up and you're, you know, there's a 25% chance of yanking it. The thing that all of you minstrels are looking at, the Violin of Bondage, it's a physical attack up 4 with Replenish Magic 1, 4,800 stats. It's just too late to be good. If we had seen this thing like 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, it would have been alright. But right now, it just don't pull on it. It's not great. The bow's interesting. It's a Dauntless Courage 2 bow, so if you were looking to go gunner and you had a little bit of gambling change, this one might be okay, aside from the stats being a little chunky. That's really all it is. If you want to go gunner, it's a good start. Otherwise, meh. The sword itself is fine. Gale Destruction 4 is not bad. I don't think... Breakers have been kind of in a glute lately, so if you're, like, hurting for a sword, you could reasonably do this one, but I don't think you have to. This is... I have heard from a couple of the other streamers and YouTubers that everybody's pretty much recommending you skip this one in general, not just out of principle. And I'm going to agree with most of them. This is the Alice we get. So if you're collecting Alices, it's pretty good. Like I said, I actually like the unique little tattoo work they do on some of the characters, especially like her and Kaguya. So the really good thing is there's not really anything good about this character other than she looks pretty cool. The only defense you get, like for a minstrel, she has okay stats. You get 100 of each, but her Arcana is just 400 HP, so it's not even really worth going into the hole for that. It's just not that great. Like, she looks cool, don't get me wrong, but I have no reason to pull on her. Like, it sucks, because, like, it's an L instrument, and I need more of them. I've only got about 6 natural Ls, but it's just not enough to really get me up in the morning. Cleric-wise, maybe pull on this one for the most part. I'm going to tell everybody, like, skip it. There's just not enough. Like, none of these particular weapons are good enough to justify pulling on the banner when, at this point, you could just wait for any random collab that we're getting 3 years down the line to come up. Because it looks like we're going to be doing at least one collab a month to catch up. And we've got the Reality banner coming in October, so I don't know. Just to be safe, I'm just going to tell people to skip it. There's not enough here to justify pulling, even if you are sort of a dirt poor minstrel. If you're a cleric and you've got the gems, you could kind of gamble for the staff, but we all know how that sort of works out, so I'm going to lean to telling everybody no for this one, just to be safe. It's just not enough, man. Like I said, if we had gotten this banner before Replicant, absolutely. Like, we still have Pinocchio Minstrel at some point, whom is also sort of in the same boat of too little, too late. Like, we're going to be getting a lot of banners that sort of got shunted off for collab pushes that are going to end up happening, and you go, all right, well, I already have equipment, so unless I'm bolstering, I don't need these. And at this point, unless they have better abilities. Like the Violin of Bondage is okay. It's 4,800 stats. Like it's a physical attack 4, so the multiplier's fine, but like I guess if you really, really need an L instrument and you don't have an attack instrument at this point, it might be worth gambling on. I just don't go deep if you are going to. And honestly, like I said, I would skip this one, because at any point we could get literally anything. We could get another spec banner, we could get the recycle banners. There's no telling. Like, there's no way for us to gauge it, and just to err on the side of safety, I'm just going to tell y'all to skip this one. Feel free to yell at me in the comments and tell me that I'm being lukewarm on it, but the stats, like, the stats aren't there to justify it. Like, we've got 5k is the standard for a lot of these, and, like, there are enough other physical attack or two-target physical attack instruments floating out there. I just don't think it's worth it. The staff is fine. Like I said, the clerics are probably the only ones that I'd really look at and go, maybe. But, like, if you're a minstrel, just skip this one. So, all right, that's my 2 cents. You guys have a good night.